Live again. Listen, I did this message a little bit ago, and it upset some people, and they logged off, and they were very angry at what I had to share. But I'm gonna have to share this with you because I think it's important to get more of what you want, the results that you want in your business. A lot of you have goals, a lot of you have desires, and when you go out to build a business, when you set out to build your business, you have an idea of what you want to create in your mind. You have an idea of a plan that you'd like to produce in your business. And so when you go out to produce this, oftentimes, and this is the reality, this is real life, things don't go how you want them to, and it becomes very disappointing. Is that you had this plan and this idea set up, these results that you expected to get, and then they didn't go that way for you. And so there's really two things to realize is A, that's part of the process. That's part of how things go. Sometimes you need to shrink your expectations down to a level of what can I accomplish in this length of time. Many times we have a goal of what we want to do that takes a lot longer than we think it's going to take. And so if you're not getting the results that you want or what you expected in your business, you might have an idea that it's going to take you only 3 months to do. It's actually going to take you a year. And then you're getting disappointed. You give up before you ever even reach a year because you want instant gratification. You want things to go quickly. Now, the other thing is this, and this is what really upset some people when I shared this last time, is you have to stop complaining. When you complain, you suck the energy of any possibility of things going your way, the results going how you want them to, out of your situation. Because you're literally just whining, moaning, bitching like a little baby about how nothing goes your way, about how nothing is going how you want them to, and somehow expecting somebody to rush in and be a savior to you to change the day. Listen, that's not reality. That worked when you were maybe 2 years old in a crib, and maybe as a teenager and as a child. It doesn't work as an adult, and it definitely sure as heck doesn't work in business. Okay? And so I see a lot of adult business owners operating as little tiny children that just complain all the time about what's not going how they want them to, and then wondering, why am I not getting results? Because you're literally operating with the mindset that is anti anything ever going how you want them to, and then expecting them to go how you want. Maybe that worked for the rest of your life. Maybe that has worked in other parts of your life, but it doesn't work as an entrepreneur. And so that message kind of pisses people off because it makes you realize, oh, wait, my complaining, I got to cut it out. I got to stop complaining. There's zero benefit in any situation in your life to ever complain. Ever. So cut it out. And if you want to get more results how you want, you have to detach your expectations of how things should go from your happiness. Start to accept whether they go good or bad for you. Start to accept things how they are instead of being so upset that they're not how you want them to be. That's actually what gets you more of the results that you want in your life. See, it's counterintuitive to what your brain will tell you. Your brain is probably going to tell you that everything that I'm saying right now doesn't work. And is not true, because your brain is going to fight with everything it's got to complain, to whine, to bitch, to moan, to say that it's somebody else's fault, to say that you haven't learned something, to be disappointed, to be upset, to get emotional about it, to self-sabotage, to talk yourself out of ever doing what you're called to do. And so you have to give up your complaining. You have to shrink your expectations down to what can you accomplish in the next 30 days instead of saying, I want to make $1 million in 30 days, and if I don't, I'm going to give up. My friends, that's unrealistic. Stop it. Stop operating in that way. Instead, say, I want to get my website up in the next 30 days. You didn't do that? Great. I want to buy my domain name in the next 30 days. Shrink your expectations. The process is where you get more results. In the process of doing, in the process of consistent action, day after day after day after day. You have to detach. It's literally a chemical addiction inside of you. You're addicted to the brain chemicals inside of your head that causes you to do this. And so I know that this sounds harsh. You got to stop complaining. You have to detach your happiness and joy from things going your way. You have to get rid of needing to control how everything goes, and you'll be whining and complaining and be upset and disappointed when they don't go that way. You have to literally get rid of that operating system from your life. If you don't, you will continue to never get results how you want. That's the truth. This is the reality. That's the reality of life. And so why would you continue in that way? Again, maybe I get it. Maybe you have operated in that way, that whining, complaining, bitching, moaning, and saying how you're so disappointed got you what you want up to this moment in time. In other situations in your life, you've trained people to be manipulated by that behavior, that childish behavior. If you ever want to succeed in business, you have to rip that thing out of your brain and kill it. If you ever want to get more results in business, you have to stop operating in that way where your joy, your feelings of happiness, your satisfaction, your acceptance only comes from things going within what's in your total absolute control. And just start accepting things how they are. Start enjoying the process. Start enjoying the present moment. Start enjoying the learning. Start enjoying step by step. Oh, it might be taking me longer than I expected, but I'm going to stick with it. If you can't do this, you won't succeed. This is where self-discipline comes from. If you're constantly just waiting for motivation, you're addicted to the brain chemicals that cause motivation. The dopamine, the feelings. You're addicted to the feelings of success, and you'll never actually experience them if you operate that way. And that's how most people operate. That's why most people give up when they don't see a result. That's why most people give up so quickly. But that's not you. So change the way that you look at the world, change the way that you think, change the way that you've been operating, change your operating system, and start to build like a business owner that's disciplined, that stays with the process, that is 100% okay with things not working out, that is 100% okay with saying, okay, what can we learn from this to evaluate, to move forward, instead of being like a little child that always needs their way and cries and complains like a little baby that's going to bitch and moan when nothing goes how you want. If that's what you want, if you want to operate like a little baby that wants to cry and complain when nothing goes how you want, you need total, absolute control over how everything goes. Great, you'll never get the results that you want in life. But if you can start to accept things, how they are, the process, you embrace the process in it, you get rid of complaining, you get rid of that negativity out of your life. You start to shrink your expectations in what you can accomplish in the next 7 days. Instead of whining that you're not a millionaire in 7 days, accepting, I got my website up. Good job. Now do the next thing. And loving the process. That's what gets you more results. That's what produces more results. But I see so many business owners, they will whine and complain like a child in a crib that's 2 years old that they didn't get their bottle because they're not a millionaire in a week. And then say it's everybody else's fault. And that's the normal MO of society. They've trained people that if I complain enough, maybe one day I'll get what I want. Your brain has trained you that. It's an addiction to the brain chemicals of dopamine that helps you operate that way. And so you have to choose to change how you operate instead of complaining, instead of whining, to start to get different results in your life. And that will help you start to get more results for the things that you want to accomplish. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.